Yeah. We got a big show for you today. This morning is now 55 minutes or approximately 5 minutes before the top of the hour, family. We got a good show for you this morning. Don't touch that dial, and we'll be back. We got Dr. Empress, Dr. Bilquis, and we're going to be speaking on the topic today is preventing suicide by food and more. Oh man, some of y'all are eating yourself to an early grave, and Dr. Bilquis is going to be in the building from www.healatlanta.com. 508 Soup now is her phone contact. So don't touch that dial, family. We'll be back after these messages.
Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com or Linktree at King Simon the Numeral Beta. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numerovation for Mental Stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Number are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now. On Sunday, October 9th in Stone Mountain Village from 2 to 7 p.m., Papa Ashwa Kwesi and the Red Pillar will be in Stone Mountain. Get your tickets through Linktree / King Simon the Numero Beta or text now at 347-496-1022. Get your tickets now. It's the Numerovational session with King Simon. Text your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022 and get my books on Amazon now. Hey, remember, you can get my books also through Linktree.
That's right. You can get my books also through Linktree, family. I hope everybody is feeling well, as remember, we're getting prepared for this beautiful, beautiful sister coming up at 11:11. Still got to run down my commercial because, hey, advertisement doesn't cost, it pays. And you're always welcome to advertise on my show if you got some great products. No crazy stuff. I want only good quality products. If you got any good quality products, good quality service, if you're doing astrology or any of that, you can advertise on my show also. You know, hey, look, I love to support anybody into the metaphysics, and if you do want to support my show, please and advertise. I got a reasonable rate per month, and of course, here's the number right there, 347-496-1022. If you live outside of the United States, use WhatsApp. If you live outside of the United States, you could also pay via PayPal at kingsimon.me / www.paypal.me / King Simon. And let me see here. I am your host today, so you'll know what's going on. Make sure you share, like, and do what you like. Remember, we got CashApp also, $ King Simon 3158. So, family, guess what's coming up? Just wanted everybody to know who's coming up on the show, of course. This coming Wednesday, we have Baba Ashra Kwesi coming in the building, Wednesday, September 21st. And that's from 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Central Time, and 5 p.m. Pacific Time. Baba Ashra Kwesi will be in the building. Next Sunday, we have Vicky Dillard, spiritual guru on-air personality. The healing journey continues. We'll be speaking about that on Sunday, September the 25th. So make sure you lock it in, make it a date, and don't be late. And coming in, oh yeah, I got this brother coming in, Sultan Asir, the Duke of Tears, will be in the mother flipping building on Sunday, October the 2nd. And the topic will be changing of the gods. We are the new elders. Yes, as all of our elders are transitioning right now we're getting prepared to take it over and do what we got to do. Those that are still above ground, we got to show respect, and Asiya is going to be speaking about that. And don't forget, coming up on October the 6th, Thursday, that's going to be a special report on Thursday, October the 6th, because that's when our sister is available. Dr. Alicia Watkins, licensed clinical therapist, relationship therapist, and a certified couple coach and author will be in the building. Make sure you host it, because it's going to be hosted by King Simon and Majida Majay. That's right, Majida Majay, upcoming and rising journalist, writer, and activist. So look out for her as she does some quick. Matter of fact, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. She did an excellent job as she wrote about the premiere of The Woman King. Don't forget, of course, don't forget, on September 24th, we have the one, the only Zaza Ali coming to Brooklyn, New York. That's September 24th from 6 to 9 p.m. That's a Saturday, family. Go to Nicholas, Brooklyn, 1396 Fulton Street in Brooklyn, New York. Make sure you go to zazaali.com to get those tickets. She's going to be speaking about all of that. Frequency war. I mean, she's going to go into it. The collective consciousness, the alchemy of divine feminine. Woo, children of the sun. This is our time. So Zaza is going to get it in and put it in and show y'all how to get with it from within. All right. Don't forget, on October the 9th, Sunday, October the 9th, Baba Ashraf Kwesi will be on Stone Mountain for the first time in Stone Mountain Village, 5380 Studios. That's 5380 Studios, East Mountain Street, man. It's going to be off the hook. Ancient African history, the origin of Masonry and the Masonic Order. Featuring opening act, my brother Red Pillar will be in the building. Out of chaos comes order, and libation will be poured by myself and High Heels Oracle Connect. So make sure it's only 25 minutes from Atlanta, Georgia. So make sure y'all come on out. Vendors, we're still looking for some more vendors. We got limited space, but we got a little bit more space for vendors. If you got no food vendors, we have, and no extra drink vendors, we have all that we can have right now. And because it's a nice little venue that holds about 100 and 150 people, I want to make sure we secure what we have to secure there, all right? And please text me at 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022 if you want to show love and be a vendor. You'll be in the venue and be able to watch the lecture and presentation while Ashraf Kwesi is on the stage. Big up to my boy, Professor Griff. You are the song you sing, baby. Big up to Professor Griff. That's his new book he got coming out. New book that's out right now. You can also go to his website. That's ProfessorGriff.com. Or you can actually call him at 678-557-2919. He'll be vending at our event also. So big up to Professor Griff all the time. Don't forget, November 26th, they're doing a big salute to our dear brother, the one, the only, Dr. Sabi, KT the Arch Degree, Mr. G, and Victor Bowman as the special guest. And if you want to come out to Florida, the Cosmic 1910 Alignment and Enhancement Meta Shop, more than likely we're going to do for the workshop, inside workshop, we're going to do a live stream. So there'll be a price for that. But if you want to come for just one day or come for 2 days, we got the prices on Eventbrite right now. You can pay via Cash App or PayPal. Big up to teesandtings.com, the one, the only. Dina Divine is dropping some great teas, and make sure you go to that website and support her at all costs. Big up to Lloyd Strayhorn, Lloyd-Strayhorn.com, Lloyd-Strayhorn.com. Show him some love, show him some respect. Make sure you get his services, do his workshops, do all of that. Make sure you support our Baba Lloyd Strayhorn. And don't forget, my introduction class is on Udemy right now at Numerovation. Make sure you go to Numerovation at udemy.com. And if you want the full course meal, all you have to do is text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. And don't forget, purchase all my books through Linktree or Amazon. Linktree/King Simon the Numerator right there on the bottom. You can see it. And if you do want to book a session right now, I got like 2-3 more slots in September, going into October now. 3 more slots open in September. If you want to book a session with me right now, 347-496-1022. Remember, the study of numbers is applied mathematics. Learn how to apply your numbers and they will guide you. Let me turn this down real quick. Well, I can keep it going. Content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel does not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. And also, disclaimer, copyright disclaimer under section of 107 of Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Yes, yes, yes. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. Thank you for watching so far. But your brother's about to come on. What up? 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 This is your brother King Simon in the building. Yes. How y'all feeling out there? How y'all feeling out there, family? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Good to be alive and well. It is now 5 minutes after the hour, and of course, we got a special show for you. You know, I went to see, of course, the one, the only, the Woman King. I did see it. I gave it a 7+. And the acting was good, but it wasn't great. But respectfully, you know, I did see the I did see the subliminal stuff, and but one thing I do hope that sisters and brothers get out of this is training. Going to train any form of martial arts, getting that type of discipline to protect yourself just in case of any attacks. I do hope our women get that out of the movie, because it does take discipline, even when they was disciplining the young lady that ended up, I'm not going to give you any spoilers, but the young lady that came in after the father tried to do certain things and give her away. It was very interesting because he gave her to train. And if you're not going to have children, if men is not going to have children or go train and fight for the society, fight for the community, do what you got to do. There's a vast history about the Dahomies that I think people should study. One of the good books that I do suggest people get is written by Sheikh Anta Diop. This one is The Cultural Unity of Black Africa. Very interesting book. He gives you his point of view, of course, and talks about the Dahomey tribe in there, the great Amazons of the Dahomey. And so I think people should go and check out if they want to. I'm not into the boycott, and I'll say it's like freedom of speech. Look, I grew up with Dakotas like Phil Valentine. Phil Valentine is a Dakota, so was Bobby Hemmett, and various other, of course, Delbert Blair, Dick Gregory. I grew up with Steve Coakley, watching them and paying attention. So go there with an open mind, but be willing to understand there's subliminal messages being put in the movie. Subliminal messages that effeminization of Black men, of course, and trying to make this Black girl magic turn into this new manhood, and Black boy magic is the new womanhood. I posted up something on my IG I said, is Black girl magic the new manhood? And is Black boy magic the new womanhood? From this, It's a Mad Man World. I posted it on my IG from It's a Mad World. That's what they're asking. That's the question that they're asking. Is Black girl magic the new manhood, Black manhood, and is Black boy magic the new womanhood? Because the ones that are acting like boys out there, they got a new term called bussy and all kinds of stuff. They're becoming women. And then the women are looking like men in certain movies and stuff and all that. And I respect the divine masculine and feminine, and we got to find a balance. And that's why I respected the movie, because at the end she did became a king alongside the other king. We got to remember there's a traditional balance, and even the word king is not even our word. But if you study the root of the word kin, the root of the word king is K-I-N, kin, dealing with families and relationship and its connection to descendant, what is passed down from kith and kin, what is passed down from generation to generation. So I understand maintaining that balance. So there's a positive and negative about the movie, but overall, to me, it was a 7+. Of course, Viola Davis is a good actor, so I always respect that sister for doing what she does in her own capacity. And there's going to be a lot of people out there saying so much, and it is what it is. I'm not going to say boycott anything, because again, you're talking about that's another thing. That's another part of cancel culture. That means your freedom of speech is not being respected. Your freedom of speech is not being respected. And I want to respect the freedom of speech. When people try to shut you down for saying this and saying that and saying this, that's when you know the Constitution is being ran right out of the darn world. Okay. All right. So big up to anybody that's in the building. If you're on Facebook, if you're on Let me see if you're on Facebook or King Simon Productions and King Simon Presents, and also we're also broadcasting right here on Facebook at King Simon Presents. How y'all feeling? Y'all are good? Y'all good? Okay, I see Inez Rice in the building, Eel, and Betty Jenkins, Eel, Betty Jenkins, of course, Sonia Renee. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? I hope everybody's well. And we're getting ready for our guest to come in. Again, today we're speaking about preventing suicide by food. A lot of us are eating ourselves to an early grave. And if that's what you want to do, hey, it's the freedom to do that too. Hey, Katrina. What's up, Kat? What's up, Katrina? How you doing? Big up to the children over there, the grandchildren and the niece also. Ree, and Cameron and Chloe. I don't want to say Cleo. Cameron and Chloe. How y'all doing? I hope everything is well. And man, I got to say in respect, they did their martial arts thing. I heard they were doing their martial arts thing with one of my teachers. So big up to them. Ah, hey Cameron, what's up? What's up? What's up? Bye-bye. Yeah, what's up, Cameron? How you doing? Big up to Cameron and Chloe and Ree. Ree is doing their thing. They doing their martial arts thing, training with one of my brothers, Professor Abdul Hakim, with the 720 martial arts training. Like we used to say, you know what we say, eye to eye. It's eye to eye, heart to heart, each one teach one, like Dr. Powell and all the rest of them used to teach back in the day. And hopefully he'll teach the creed also to them as we walk in peace, and fear will not prevail. We are not the aggressors, but if we are attacked, we fight with those who fight with us. And if we must fight, we fight to the death. That's what we was taught. I know they kind of lighten it up for the children, but back in the day, we was taught that creed. I say that creed every day before I leave the house. You know what I'm saying? I say that martial arts creed all the time. I'm waiting for my guest. She hasn't popped up yet. But it's 11:12 now. My goodness. I know they always trying to get pretty. Waiting for you. I'm gonna text tonight, right? Waiting for you. And people always trying to get pretty, and it's all good. Sisters are, they got to prepare themselves for this type of stuff. They got to look all good and fancy. Look, brother could just throw on a hat and a shirt. We good. Big up to my brother that made this shirt right here, plant-based, dripping, the one, the only Gray Official. Big up Gray Official, where he ever gone. You know what I'm saying? She says she's on her way, but I think this is a very serious topic because many people are going through a lot of health issues, and a lot of our parents didn't know, how to do certain things with the food nowadays. But I do suggest people learning how to grow their own food. Here's a good book, just in case. This one is called The Self-Sufficient Backyard. I got this book here. Very good so far. And I just got a whole case of moringa. So I'm learning how to grow moringa. And I see her in the background now. But family, this is very important what our sister's about to talk about and present to us at this time. And I want to welcome, she's no stranger to my show, no stranger at all. This sister has been doing her darndest to do her darndest to help guide and protect the health of our people and help coach our sisters to overcome procrastination in the panties. And she's given us vagina food and penis food and all that stuff that keeps us strong. Believe me, I want to welcome on the virtual stage the one, the only Dr. Bilquis, Empress Dr. Bilquis Hill. In the building. You gotta put that camera down a little. Put that camera down a little, yeah, so we can see your whole face. There you go. What up, girl? What up?
Greetings, King Simon. Greetings, King Simon. How are you today, beloved? Oh my goodness. Did you tell him about the penis food and the vagina food and all the food?
This one almost became a wife. This one, she gave me that penis food. She almost became a wife. And she said, no way. I can't give this man no penis food and then marry him. That'll be crazy.
Yeah, right.
I have 20 children, 20 more.
20 more, right. Exactly. And it'd be my fault. I'd be like, well, what had happened was, right.
The penis food, yes.
Right. Yes.
In Jamaica, we
Like
call it the body food. Yes, the body food.
okay. The mango is what we
Like,
call it. The mango, because it makes the mango.
what's so funny when I go to when I go to Tussilia, I always order the punani, right? And then they got the mandingo.
Yes.
I said, I'm
Oh
not
yes.
ordering the mandingo. I'm sorry.
You
I
better
want the
not ever
punani.
order the mandingo. You better not ever. We don't have any way to defend you ordering the mandingo. No, sir.
Exactly. So I always get the punani wrap.
Yes, as you should.
Yes, I
As you
should.
should.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
One of my friends, Katrina, said that part. Yes, exactly. That part is right. So, Doc, what up, girl? How you been? How's the family? What's happening? How you been? How's business?
Everything is according to divine order. Everything is so wonderful. I'm excited. I really, really am. We have so much goodness to download to the family today. I'm over the moon. I really, really am. I am so very, very graced as we get ready to go into another fall and winter season. You know, it's time that we become aware, because oftentimes during the spring and during the summer, we become very, very lax. You know, we don't protect ourselves like we do. This is why you have so many people that get pregnant during the summer, because we're free. It's hot outside and, you know, everything's good. And so we don't look out for ourselves. We don't show that we're dedicated to our own highest and best good. And so this is something that we want to really bring attention to, because we're going into the fall and the winter. So we're in the house even more in the fall and the winter.
Yes.
And we want to position ourselves for success. A lot of times we set ourselves up for failure. And so in our talk today, we want to help the family to actually set themselves up for success on purpose.
Let's get that a round of applause. Family. Before we even move on to that, make sure you get to a website, call that number on the screen. And you know my rules, family. My rules is thumb up and share and like this broadcast to build the algorithms. Remember, sharing is caring. My second rule, respectfully, this is a troll-free zone. So trolls, please take a stroll somewhere else. And my third and last rule is, please save your questions until we ask for it. Thanks for watching. Give y'all all a round of applause. Just coming in and spreading love. We spreading love. And don't forget, my sister here got a lot of stuff here. Look, let me give y'all, of course, she's a vegan chef, holistic practitioner, and much more. She got another number there, 309-HEAL-NOW. And you can hit her up by email at healatlanta@gmail.com for consultations and all that. And remember, spread love via that Cash App. That's $ReadingsForLife. And the PayPal is healatlanta@gmail.com. So make sure y'all spread love. I love to spread love. The Brooklyn way.
Absolutely.
You used to live in Brooklyn too. So, Queen, Empress, let's not say Queen, Empress, that's a better word. Empress, this is the topic. This is the topic, preventing suicide by food and more, because you might go anywhere with this topic. So let's talk about it. First of all, those who don't know you, because my audience is big and growing, how did you get on this journey of eating properly, holistic journey, all that you went through in a briefly, because you know they can watch some other movies. Go ahead, talk about
it. Absolutely. So I suffered from fibroid tumors for 17 years, horribly. Went through everything that's non-surgical that the doctors could give me. So I found in 2010 that they were giving me double doses of Depo-Provera. So most ladies will take one dose and they gain 30 pounds. They had me taking a double dose. So I had one nurse in one hip and the other in the other hip. And this was every month. And my weight went through the roof.
First of all, what is Depo-Provera? Please talk about what is Depo-Provera.
Sure. Depo-Provera is a birth control pill. I'm sorry, a birth control shot. Okay. And so because my fibroids were so severe and because I refused to allow them to operate on me, that was their way of trying to get the bleeding to stop. It did not work, but they did this to me for a year. And like I said, my weight just went through the roof. My body does not respond well to steroids at all. And then you're double dosing it every month. So it was horrible. And at that point, I told the doctors, and actually it was 2009 that I told the doctors, I said, you're not going to do this to me anymore. I can't handle the weight gain. It's messing with my mind. It's not who I am. And they said, well, you're going to bleed to death. I said, well, what I'm not going to do is let you keep putting this stuff in my body. So I began to really start to study. I started to study herbology and with the forgotten foods.
Yes.
And I changed over to a raw vegan lifestyle. And so between the herbs, the raw vegan lifestyle, getting people that were not dedicated to my highest and best good out of my life, and keeping toxic penises out of my body, I was able to release the 40 pounds of fibroids. You asked me to tell it.
I love it. No, tell it. Tell the truth and shame the devil.
You know, and then that was just real, you know, just keeping all of the energies that were not dedicated to my highest and best good. And more than anything, myself not being dedicated to my highest and best good, wanting a quick fix to this, and not dealing with the root. Because when you deal with the root, then you kill all of the fruit. So I had to find, what is the root? What has opened up my womb for me to be able to grow a 40-pound fibroid? And what it was a bunch of little separate fibroids that came together and made one hard cloister in my womb. Okay?
40 pounds?
And absolutely. And my doctor said, he said, of the weight that you gained, you're complaining about the depot. 40 pounds is the fibroid itself. We want to just cut it out. And they didn't want to just cut it out. They wanted to give me a hysterectomy. And I was like, nah. And see, this is the deep thing, right? My mother had a hysterectomy at 40 because she had fibroid tumors. My grandmother, exact same thing. So I wasn't going to allow that generational curse to continue.
There it is.
And so when you know better, you do better. And that's the intention from...
Get that around the applause. Get that around the applause. That's right. Hey, whatever's running in the family, you can run it out of the family.
Yes, you can. Yes,
it is. Reverend Ike used to say that.
and I definitely follow much of his teachings. It was on the money. He was way before his time and could not be received by many people. But yes, without a question. So I started, like I said, I started doing the herbs. I got the negative people out of my life. And by doing so, my spiritual ears were able to open even more. And so I was able to get to the root. And the root was an abortion I had when I was 19. I didn't tell anybody. I went by myself. And I didn't realize how much trauma I was carrying in my womb because I was in college. I was on scholarship. Oh, I can't have no baby. Oh, no. And then my mother, spirit rest her soul, her opinions of women that had, women at the time that had babies out of wedlock was so low. And I would listen to the way that she would talk about some of the other teenage girls in my church who had gotten pregnant. I was like, oh God, there's no way in the world. So in my mind, that would be the worst thing. And so I justified in my mind having an abortion. I didn't know until 2010 the toll that abortion actually had on me. So you're looking at 20 years later, like 20 years later, I'm still suffering because of that abortion. Wow. And so that one decision opened up the door, because see, fibroids, PCOS, all of these different womb diseases, they have to have an entryway. And so for ladies, every lady has 8 wombs, and nobody teaches us that. You know, most of us, now I don't know about anybody else's mama, but my mama's mantra was, don't bring no bastard babies in my house. Okay?
Explain the 8 wombs real quick, please.
Okay, sure. So every lady and every man actually have them. So it's not just exclusive to ladies. But for the ladies, your hair is womb number 1. So at the end of your hair are your spiritual receptors. That's why there is so much of a push to try to get our sisters to wear wigs and to wear weaves and to cover up your natural hair. Because if you have a weave over your hair, like you have a sew-in, then you have somebody else's energy. If you have human hair, you have another woman's energy mixed in with your energy, so you can't get all of your messages clear. So back in the day, and I would say just 20 years ago, we would wear weave as an enhancement. Like if you had a bun, it would make your bun fuller, right? But then the agenda became, you don't know how to do your hair. You don't have time to do your hair. Cover that up. And that was an agenda because they understood more sisters were becoming natural. And as they were becoming natural, they were connecting with spirituality. They could no longer be bound with many of the false religions and much of the religious programming. And so the womb of hair was keeping them awake. And that wasn't what was the intention was. So the womb of your hair is the first womb. The second is the womb of your eyes. So once you see something, you can't unsee it. And so taking that into your eyes, you are making a covenant with what you see. This is why we have to be so careful about movies and getting so excited because everybody went to it and oh my God, everybody said it was great. But see, Hollywood has no intention of ever putting us in a positive light. It always has an agenda attached to it. And so when we pay our money, when we sit and watch different movies, horror movies, even different quote unquote black movies, you know, they know that if the actors and actresses look like us, many of us are programmed because of the food that we're eating. Oh, I gotta go see it because you know they look like me. So that's skin folk. I gotta go watch it. Ooh, we even went and watched slave movies. Why? Our ancestors were turning over in their graves. It was like, are you serious? And I know that there are teachings that say that many of the slave movies, there needed to be an expression of what they went through. But if you don't know how to protect yourself, and I'm in agreement with that. However, if you don't know how to protect yourself, then you take on all of the fear, all of the trauma, everything that's projected. So you got the womb of your hair, the womb of your eyes, the womb of your ears. This is why we can't listen to Negro, Black, and colored music. Because it is made, the reason they get paid billions of dollars is to program you to operate in your low. And so that's why women are degraded and brothers are degraded in much of the music. So that affects the womb of your ears, the double-doored womb of your mouth. So what you put into it, which is what we're talking about today, and then what comes out of it, the womb of your heart. So what you're taking in, who you allow into your heart without you protecting yourself because you're lonely. And finally, your seat of creation. So for ladies, their seat of creation actually is where much of their trauma is housed. And so we end up, because 70% of ladies that get pregnant did not intend to be pregnant, whether married or not. That was just not, when they found out, it wasn't the plan. So we have brought a returning ancestor into a toxic environment, because if I haven't planned to get pregnant, then I probably haven't cleansed my womb. It's about a 24-month process to cleanse your womb so that you can prepare for pregnancy. And that's one of the things that I do in my practice. I actually deal with couples, married couples. I deal with married couples. Okay, because the mental concept of, oh, I'm trying to have a baby by my boyfriend is out of balance. That's out of balance. He's not making a life commitment to you, but you want to give him a life commitment baby on purpose. Like, what are we doing? Right. So I think it's out of balance. So I work with married couples who have made a commitment to each other, who are in a stable place. I start them on their 24-month journey. And that's actually something that I learned from Dr. Africa, was that 24-month journey, so that they can get themselves prepared. Because see, the higher the womb vibrates, the higher vibrating an ancestor you attract to that womb. So if you want to bring in the very best energy, then you've got to have the most inviting environment. So that is very, very important. And then for the brothers, you have your all of your reproductive organs. And so the brother's seed of creation is not a game. And there's a teaching that I'm going to be doing, and a phrase that I even learned from the time that I lived with and worked with Queen Afua, and it is, your penis is precious, is sacred, and so is your life. And see, most brothers, mothers, or fathers never taught them that, and that's why they give it so freely.
Yes.
And so once you know that, brothers would be real chinchy, like, no, you can't get none, sis.
It has become a culture of slinging. That's what we call it back in the club life, slinging.
And it's a sadness, Simon. It is. It's an emptiness that many of our brothers are receiving. And the reason that they're slinging is because they never got nurtured. Men who were nurtured, especially coming from mothers who were naturally nurturing or made the choice to be nurturing, they don't sling because they have such a respect first for themselves, but then for ladies, that is like, if you're showing up as a woman, I'm going to treat you as a lady. And see, we've had this programming of be the strong, independent Black woman. But if you look at the etymology of the word woman, it is a wound man. It's a man with a wound.
Yes.
And I'm sorry, that's not who I am. I'm not a man with a wound. I am a lady. And everything about me exudes femininity. And so, you know, you can still be, even if you look at the examples in the Quran, in the, you know, whatever, in the Bible, whatever, the virtuous woman, she owned properties, she owned businesses, she was a bad sister. Okay. And then when you look at Bilquis, the queen of Sheba, in the Quran, she had a whole kingdom. Okay. She was a beast with it. So it's not a matter of keeping you at home barefoot and pregnant and all of that, but it is a matter of allowing your natural nurturing energy to come through. And so when that level of femininity is removed from a lady, it affects her seed of creation. See, you end up drawing into you mates who have damaged seeds of creation. So you're over here and you're toxic, and he's over here and he's toxic. So you all create a toxic cataclysm when you come together. And that is the most toxic place for you. So we're supposed to be tonic.
Right.
We're supposed to be tonic. But if you're toxic and I'm toxic and we're together, then that's exactly what we're producing.
Hold on. Now, let's give that a round of applause. We have Dr. Bilquis in the building. Before we move on, of course, I want people to support her website, support the number there, get some consultation, support CashApp, PayPal. All of this is all about the support. Now, I posted something from It's a Mad World on my IG. Is Black girl magic the new Black manhood? And is Black boy magic the new Black womanhood? Just to touch on that, because we got to go do with our food and the prevention. And it has all to do with suicide by food, because what you intake is going to be part of you to turn you into something different. So please talk about that briefly. I just posted this on my IG and people are now like, wow. Because I mean, they created a whole new word. They created a whole new word for boy pussy. Excuse my language. Bussy. Come on now. What are they turning these people into, and what's going on with men having women that have to look like men? Go ahead.
Come on. What they're doing, Simon, the whole agenda, and I'm getting ready to upset some people, and I love y'all in advance.
Let's do it. I'm with it.
Advance. Okay. So the whole agenda is to make our sisters so masculine that their energy says, I don't need a man. I don't want a man. I don't need you to have a baby. I don't need you for nothing. And then, because we actually do need you all, it builds up such a resentment in us that we are so nasty and so angry and so bitter that if one of you all happen to step to us, you don't want to be around us. This is the agenda. The agenda is to make subservient men. I don't care. You have to understand. All this on my wall is because I counsel. I'm a doctor. Do all this, okay?
Yes,
This ain't
you
just
are.
paper.
I remember one time I helped you put some of that stuff up. You had 50 of them. You had 50
and
of them.
I still don't have it all up, Simon. I still don't. I apply all of that. Okay.
And that's why she's worth the big bucks. It's a zakat, it's a
I
donation.
don't give away nothing else for free. I used to do free, and free is not appreciated.
She put in her work.
None of this free. Okay?
None of that was free. She put in the work. I remember her telling me she's online, doing the online course, getting a certificate, getting a license, getting her doctorate. How many doctorates you got now? How many doctorates you got now? Five. You had 4 last time. What the?
And we're getting ready to go to med school for psychiatry.
Get that around. And you know, Dr. Africa used to be a psychiatrist for 13 years.
Right.
My goodness,
Absolutely.
he loved, but he left it alone.
I'm just seeing the need for it as I work with our people. I'm seeing how deep this programming is, you know, and we're going to talk about in this too, Simon. I don't know how many hours we have, but hours. Right, okay. So much of our community is affected by molestation, rape, and we're going back to these little boys and the little girls you're talking about. And see, it goes back to the food that's going into our bodies. If you're eating Negro, Black, and colored food, okay? And see, you have to understand, in 1774, that's how deep and how long ago this sick programming came. It was determined that anybody that was copper colored, okay? Everybody that was copper colored would be categorized as Negro, Black, and colored. Okay. And then they threw mulatto in there. See, now mulatto means you have a parent of different colors. Back then, it was all, if you were lighter, it was all mixed together. If you were Creole, it was all mixed together. The political science definition of the word Black means dead. Okay. So when they programmed us to be strong, independent Black women, strong, independent, dead men with wombs. That's what the programming was. Because I tell you what you've never heard. You never hear an agenda, I want you to be a strong, independent Chinese girl. I want you to be a strong, independent white woman. I want you. You don't hear it. But you hear us say it. You hear us telling our girls that. And telling our girls, you don't need no man for nothing. That comes from a point of bitterness. That comes from a point of hurt. That comes from a point of don't you trust a man to do anything. And where that becomes extremely toxic and causes us to be toxic, we already got walls up. We already got what you approach us. What you got? You ain't got no money. What you got? What you got? It's all about what you got. And you need to have something. If you're stepping, you need to come with something because now I don't have nothing for what's that little girl's name? She puts you in the mind of Lil' Kim. What's her name? She's in
Megan.
Carrie B.
Oh, you mean Cardi B? Cardi B. Right. She's a Libra.
She made a statement, and I was like, they said this in her songs, and it's broke brothers don't deserve no, and it's true. Because when you are inside of a woman, you need to be able to pay for what may be the result of you being inside of her. So if you're not in a position, in case the condom breaks, or in case we just gonna be wrong, and we gonna just trust the universe, that's ridiculous. So if you don't have any money, you need to be working on getting your finances together so that you're not running from womb to womb to womb, but so that you can actually put yourself in a position to be a contributing part of society as somebody's husband. If you're too old to be called a boy, you too old to be somebody's boyfriend. So It's absolutely true. And so going with what you were saying about this black girl magic, you have to understand that they keep throwing black on everything because they know it's a spell. So the more you even got me calling myself black, and then we don't understand why our death rate is so high because we refer to each other as dead. We even have brothers that call each other my nigga. So if you call your brother a nigga, how do you expect somebody else to respect him? But then if somebody else calls him a nigga, oh, they're wrong. You know, my mother, Frances Cress Wilson, God bless her, it's like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
So I don't care how mad I would get at a brother, I would never denationalize him by calling him that. That's never a compliment. And see, when you have people that push that agenda, oh no, that's a compliment, that's my end, that's my end. No, you have degraded that brother. But it's okay for you to call another woman a B or any of those. You have degraded them, and you do that comfortably when you don't love yourself. When you don't know, oh no, it don't mean nothing. Yes, it does. It is a spell. It is a spell. And so when you see black girl magic, that is dead girl magic. So when you look at Black Lives Matter, the reason that blew up is because dead lives matter. It was an oxymoron. It was a joke. They sat back and joked and laughed like crazy. Let me give them these crumbs. They dumb enough to do it. And so when you have to look at so much of this transgender agenda, now where I'm getting ready to piss off a bunch of people, and I love you in advance. Let's do
it. I'm all for it, girl. I'm all for it. Yes, I'm with you. I'm covering you. I'm covering you.
Drop your money for the woman king. The woman king. Oh, the woman king. The woman king. And see, you still high off of the Black Panther. Many of us are still grieving Chadwick Boswick's death. And so we go and see that, and it's like, oh, this is the women's part of the Black Panther. Ooh. But it's a lie. You can Google it. You Google the history of the Dahomey women who sold their people into slavery as a regular practice. But I want to go see the movie. I saw the sisters and they were strong. They was killing folk. Oh, and I'm just like, so we have to understand what's happening in our schools because it's happening on the screen. Yeah. Critical race theory, where they basically say the slaves were nothing but indentured servants. They weren't raped. They weren't hanged. Oh, no. And they had a nice little cabin to raise their families in. They are changing history. So when we're jumping up and down and sending it through the box office, and we're saying, oh, we know that's a lie, but it's okay. I'm going to watch it because I saw my sisters in there. You saw a lie. And then you went and put your money to support a lie. And I'm hurt because I'm seeing some of our big scholars sit up and just push it. And I'm like, bruh, if I can sit and do a Google search and I can see how the Dahomeys and how they treated their slaves. And those slaves, we treat our slaves like family. If that's how you treat family, I don't want to be in your family. You just sell me. And then there's this crazy mentality. Well, they sold us to the Europeans, but they didn't know how we was going to be treated. Let me show you this. Shaka Zulu ruled in the 1800s. Do you know how much military power Africa had even up until the 1800s? Okay. Mansa Musa and his whole military was in the 1300s. So that whole time there was plenty of money and there was plenty of military. So even if you didn't know and you sold your family members, you found out and you left your family over here, even to this day, nobody from Africa, none of the kings, none of the queens, none of all these people came to come and get their people. It's a lie, people. It's a lie. And so we're continuing to call each other black. When you call your little boy and your little girl black, you're calling them dead. And it's a spell that you're using over and over and over again because that's what they told us we were. Your shirt is black. And I love a chocolate brother, but I ain't never seen one the color of your shirt. Never. Never. Because we're not crayon colors. When Christopher Columbus came over here and he saw copper-colored people that looked like the Indians in India, it was us. We were already here owning land. We were eating off of the land. And so I'm not even pushing a vegan agenda. I'm not pushing veganism. No. Okay. So
okay, hold on. Let's stick a pin because we just did a lot. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Family, we're gonna take a quick break. Let us get a breather first. We're gonna take a quick break, and we'll be back. This time we'll be speaking on preventing, which is all part of the program. It's all part of the program. Preventing suicide by food. We'll be back right after this. Don't touch that dial. We're gonna have our sister right back. Hold on, sister. I'll have you in a few. Hold on. I'm gonna remove you real quick. And we're gonna have our sister back. Let's play this commercial break, and we'll be back after.
Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com or Linktree at King Simon the Numero Beta. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numerovation for Mental Stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Number are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's kingsimonproductions.wordpress.com. Go now. On Sunday, October 9th in Stone Mountain Village from 2 to 7 p.m., Papa Ashwakwesi and the Red Pillar will be in Stone Mountain. Get your tickets through Linktree/King Simon the Numero Beta or text now at 347-496-1022. Get your tickets now. It's the Numerovational session with King Simon. Text your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022 and get my books on Amazon now. Hey, remember, you can get my books also through Linktree.
That's right. You can get my books also via Linktree. And don't forget, family. Don't forget, we got coming up to this coming weekend. Baba Ashwakwesi will be with us this Wednesday. Of course, we're going to do it. And then Vicky Dillard next Sunday. And then Isaiah the Duke of Tears coming up on October 2nd. And of course, Dr. Alicia Watkins coming up on October the 6th. Oh, we bring in the fire, family. And don't forget, the beautiful lady that we have is going to be the vegan chef. She got Queen's Cuisine Atlanta. She's the master vegan that will be doing her thing. Right, Alicia? Well, yes. Dr. Bilquis. Yeah, but you know, what's up? Oh, sis, you was just on fire in that last half. So, woo, we had to calm that down a little, get people amalgamated into the program. And I want to remind everybody, please, because of the information that she shared from the beginning and what she's about to get into, please, don't let me sound like James Brown. Please, thumb up, share, and like this broadcast to build the algorithms. Remember, sharing is caring, and respectfully, this is a troll-free zone. I will delete you and block you forever. So trolls, please take a stroll somewhere else, and please save your questions. We will have a little. We're gonna go a little longer in this show. Because we usually do an hour, but me and her go into like an hour and a half, 2 hours sometimes. So we'll let y'all know we're going a little longer. So please save your questions until we ask for it. Thanks for watching. Now, my dear, again, give her a round of applause. Never a dull moment at this house, in her temple. Never a dull moment. When we did workshops at her temple, had fun.
Yes,
and we're gonna have to do some more. I don't know why she's playing. You know what I'm saying? So And we're gonna have to do a private online workshop together with Numbers and what she does, because I'm fired with the Numerovation family. I don't do numerology. Yesterday's numerology is not today's numerovation. Yes. I'm trying to tell y'all. Right. Even Lloyd Strayhorn said it to me.
That's right.
You're right. I'm just telling you, we got to motivate these people, not just read their ass. Yes. So that's what I don't do. So Empress Dr. Bilquis Ill. She's our guest, our vegan chef, holistic practitioner, and much more. 309 Heal Now is one of the numbers. Email is right there. Her Cash App is right there. You don't even have to spread love by me. Spread love to her. Readings for Life, and PayPal if you're outside of the United States, because I know England and all that can use PayPal. Go to healatlanta@gmail.com for PayPal. And remember, this is her website, healatlanta.com. And of course, she got a whole soup website, but you can call that number 508 Soup Now. She got the most extraordinary soup. Me and my son be getting it in, son. Yes. Well, me and my son Shia, we get. And happy birthday to my son Tariq. Today is his birthday. Happy birthday, Tariq. Yes. 18th. Today he's a Virgo. That's right. He's Virgo just like you. Happy belated birthday to you. Let's give that a round of applause. It's interesting how her and I connect, because my grandfather born the same day she born. And I did hit her up for her birthday. And Dr. Farrah Gray is born the same day. You want to hit him up for his birthday. He called me too. Big up to Farrah Gray, because he watches my show. Yes. Now let's get to the topic.
All right.
Big up to Haki. Haki Shakur just hit us up on Facebook.
Okay.
What's up, Haki? What's up? Okay. What's up? Yeah, what up? You and your wife. Big up to you, sir. Big up to you. Yes. Tina Bush. Yes. Tina Bush. Push. Tina Bush. What's up, girl? Big up to Tina Bush. I know. I'm pushing Tina Bush. I'm not pushing it in the bush. Oh, okay. Let me stop. I always get myself in trouble.
I love it.
Katrina, big up to Katrina, big up to Dawn, and everybody on Facebook, everybody on Instagram. Well, I sent everybody from Instagram over here. So this is the topic: preventing suicide by food and more. So let's go delve into why this topic. Why did we choose this topic? Why did you choose, actually? Why did you choose this topic? Why did you choose? Go ahead.
So I really delve into this. I first taught this in Jacksonville in 2018. And it has continued to develop. It is one of my first 3 books, as a matter of fact. And it's because a lot of times we don't realize that we are in the process of killing ourselves, very honestly. Mm-hmm. We place ourselves in a position to desire lower vibrating food. And so the way that you know that is if instead of getting a salad or something that you know is nutritional, you'll grab a bag of chips, you already know that by the decisions that you're making, you're setting yourself up for suicide by food. It goes deeper than that because many parents are guilty of nutritional child abuse. And so suicide by food goes hand in hand with nutritional child abuse. And many of us were nutritionally abused children. This is what made us become abusers to our children, because we abuse ourselves. If you are taking amazing care of your body, if you are paying attention to the fruits, the vegetables, the seeds, the nuts that you're putting in your body, and if you're a meat eater, fine. How clean is the meat that you're eating? Are you making sure that you're doing grass-fed, that you're doing organic, that you're doing the best? Or are you getting meats that are chocked full of growth hormones? Let's just start with that right there, okay? Because again, when clients come to me, when patients come to me, you got to be vegan. I'm not one of those people. I'm just not. I've been in those camps, and I've seen that some of the most miserable people that I know are vegan. So I don't push you being a vegan. I push you being an upright person. I push you being a quality person. So when you put certain foods in your body, it raises your vibration. Simon, we have feedback. And so in it raising our vibration, in it lowering our vibration by eating foods that are quick. And that's one of the reasons that the advent of fast food has been so successful, because I just need to put something in my mouth. I need to satisfy my issue. And so the issue is actually in your tissues, in that craving to just put something in our mouths. The really deep thing is, a lot of times we don't know the difference between being hungry and being thirsty, just like we don't know the difference between a spiritual longing and being horny. Because it shows up in your body, and most of the time we just default to the sex thing because that's what we're familiar with.
Right.
But a lot of times that longing and that emptiness that you feel is the divine and the spirit world calling you into meditation. But you like, well, I feel lonely, let me call Bill. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to let me go meditate so that I can find out what's really going on with me. Same thing with our bodies.
Right.
When we are thirsty, our bodies send out a signal, and sometimes we'll get water, but most of the time we're going to get a sugary juice, or we're going to get soda or something else, but we're not going to get quality water. So at your event, we're actually going to have alkalized water. Okay.
Yes.
I own a Kangen machine so that you can get the very best. When I cook, all my vegetables, everything is washed in that water. And so that's one of the reasons when you all come on Wednesday, it tastes so much better. So, you know, you'll be able to see such a tremendous difference. But when we don't insist that our children drink water, because many of our babies are dehydrated. So we think it's cute when we say, oh, what a cute little fat baby. But then when they're 2, and then when they're 5, and they're still carrying all of that excess weight, then we get defensive when somebody says something to them, as opposed to, no, you can't sit and just watch video games if you haven't read any books. No, you can't. And so we cause our children not to be active. And in them not being active, we keep lowering their vibration because we don't check to see how much water they've drank in a day. That is a part of responsible parenting. And so we think responsible parenting is food, clothing, and shelter. Okay, the food part includes making sure that your child is getting in their intake of water. And so it doesn't matter what they like. Because, Simon, I know when we were growing up, our mamas didn't care. Because they weren't interested in being our friend. They were interested in being an effective parent for us. And so when you want your child to like you, then you give them the things. A lot of us feel guilty because of the relationships that we brought our children into. And so we try to give them everything. We try to make them happy. We get them the food. He doesn't like that. What? Really? So, yeah, I don't like going to work every day. I don't like being up at 4:00 in the morning every day to meditate. But that's what is required for me to be in spiritual homeostasis. So if that is the situation, then I have to make sure I'm responsible for this child. I have a responsibility to this child. So the things that my mama didn't know to do, I have to take time to learn. I can't be working all the time and I'm not involved in my child's full development. Because if I'm not there in their development, somebody else is. So is Nicki Minaj raising my daughter? Is Beyonce raising my daughter? Because whoever has their attention, whoever's voice is most prevalent and most influential in their ear, that's who's raising your child. And so if somebody asks you, hey, who's your role model? and your child's not saying you, that's an issue. That's it. Anytime a star or, celebrity, athlete, that's your child's role model and it's not you, you got to look at you and ask, what is it about the way I'm showing up that I'm not my child's role model? Somebody else has more influence over my child than I do. And I laid down and I went through labor pains and I brought that child into this world, but somebody else has more influence. So that says I've got to adjust the foods that are going in. See, Simon, let me show you another part of this real deep, ugly agenda.
Yes, ma'am.
The ugly part of the agenda is to cause it to be unpopular, to be a lady who actually cooks for her family.
Right,
okay?
Right.
Because see, and I heard some leaders say, oh no, teach your daughter to make enough money to have somebody come and cook for them. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is from a female leader. I was like, really? And so this is where the issue is. When you are constantly ordering food in or going to get pickup or whatever, somebody else's energy is going into the preparation of the food that is supposed to nurture your child and your husband. Okay. So you don't know if that person is worried about getting deported. You don't know how clean they are. You don't know if they're watching porn and therefore that spirit of pornography is on them and going into the food. You don't know if they're child molesters. You don't know what they are, what spiritual practices they are. But you're entrusting them to be the primary source of energy going into for your family that you're supposed to protect. And so this is a part of the programming. And so, girl, you cook every day for your family? Really? That sounds crazy. And so that's ignorance. When we take our love, and this is one of the reasons I own Sun Chef University. I actually teach online cooking classes.
Yes.
So that raw classes, cooking classes, all of it, so that you know how to make dishes. And then you're able to put your love, your nurture, your prayers into that food, your full energetic sequence. And then you put that into your children instead of letting somebody else use their energy in order to put that into your child. Because see, when your child has the negative effects in their body from constantly eating outside foods, they don't know what a home cooked meal is. You're the one that's got to sit and take care of them. So if you make the decision, hey, we're going to go to the grocery store. I want to teach you because we are no longer making children to become independent. We are making children to be dependent. So it is irresponsible parenting for your child to reach 16 and not to know how to take a check and put it in an account that has their name on it. Because in 2 years, that's going to be a full-grown adult that could actually fight for their country and die. But they don't know anything about credit. They don't know anything at all about cashing a check. They don't know how to acquire a property. If your parents don't teach you these things, you end up jacking up your credit once you go to college or you go to the military. And then you learn the lesson that way. Responsible parenting says, I'm going to do like I see the Jewish people do. At the age of 12, when the little boys go through their bar mitzvah, 13 for the little girls, they are put as a authorized user on every last one of their parents' cards. Every time, now they don't get the card. Every time that parent makes a payment on a credit card, it puts positive credit marks on that child's credit. When they get 16, they buy them an automobile and the child is the co-signer, the parent is the signer. Okay? So therefore, every time the car payment is made, all of a sudden that child's credit is going higher. Once they then go to college, you have to stay on campus your first year. The second year, they get them some type of rental property, and the child is on there. So by the time they graduate college, their credit profile is off the hook because their parents, they got 10 years worth of a credit profile built up. Why? Because their parents decided to do that. We need to be doing those things for our children.
Financial literacy, like you're saying, that's financial literacy. That's what they're teaching.
Yeah. Because see, we end up saying, I can't afford good food. Okay, why can't you? Our parents taught us what they could, and we thank them and we forgive them for what they didn't teach us. But for us to then set up our children to then not be able, I can't afford, why not? What am I not doing? How am I not setting you up for success? Because we get the mindset where they can just stay here with me. Well, what if you die? Many parents only have insurance, but you don't have the assurance of you have set your child up to know what to do. So setting them up financially with a nice insurance policy, but they don't know what to do with it, causes them to waste that money, causes them to blow it, giving it away to people that don't care about them. And then in a year, they're broke. So if we start using financial literacy so that our children can afford, and we teach them early by example, little boy, little girl, you're in my house, this is what we will be eating. If you look at Islamic families and Hebrew families, you don't eat pork. You live in my house, we don't eat pork. So, but little Johnny likes pork chops. So, and what? Huh? So that's the problem. There is a power struggle. And so the children, well, he doesn't like peas and he doesn't. No one cares, because when we get into the real world, no one will care what they like or they don't like. It's just not there. That's building an unrealistic expectation in your child. And so this is the reason, like I said, that I teach the classes so that you're not making something nasty for the children, because ain't nobody trying to eat nothing nasty.
But yeah, and you said something earlier about nutritional child abuse.
Nutritional child abuse. Yes, Simon.
And unpack that a little, because I've noticed friends and myself probably be is guilty of this, because we don't know that the most of these sweet stuff is mimicking fruits. And mimicking. So we'll get a jelly bean to just keep them busy and keep them. But I remember explaining this to my children, especially my boys back in, because I was more involved with them than the girls because of other situations. But I remember explaining that to them, that, I used to show them the grapes and the jelly beans, how they mimic. These are mimics of the original fruit.
Absolutely.
But this one is going to lead you to high blood pressure or high diabetes and all this. This one is going to work with your body. I remember on the bus, I made sure I bought a lot of grapes, and I'm not buying the garbage.
That's right.
That's when I was, and we was traveling. And please explain that, because a lot of them don't know that, just like anything, they mimic things so they can catch your attention, and they put the colors and all the bells and whistles on it so they can catch your attention. Like McDonald's, that's the most known symbol in the world next to the Christian cross. Please explain.
If anybody should be charged with crimes against humanity and with nutritional child abuse, all of the fast food companies should, especially McDonald's, because pretty much, and I am a lady who my very first job was at 19 while I was in college. I worked for McDonald's marketing department. So I'm telling you what I know. That was straight nutritional child abuse, So from doing the birthday parties, I did all of that, went all the way up, and then started designing billboards, and then I owned my own salons after that. in my day spas. So I knew how to design my billboards. So all over Greensboro, North Carolina were my billboards from that experience. And so where it becomes deep, and it's so deep that you mentioned that the grapes and the jelly beans.
Jelly beans, yes.
You have to understand the goal is to genetically modify the original people.
Yes.
We are the mothers and fathers of civilization. That's why we cannot call each other Negro, Black, Colored, those names, because they take away from the energy of the father of civilization and the mother of civilization. And so when we talk to our children any old kind of way, you dumb, you stupid, we say those, you get on my nerves, I hate that I had you. When you hear parents say that, it lowers the child's vibration and it causes them to desire lower vibrating food, because my mama don't want me. My daddy don't want me. I am a full reject. So if the goal is to genetically modify you, then that's why the genetically modified foods are so much less expensive. So you mentioned the grapes. This is the real deep thing. A lot of us are so programmed that we are okay with a seedless grape and a seedless watermelon. And you even see organic seedless watermelon. Do what?
That's
organic seedless watermelon.
No sense.
Shut up, because you just sound crazy. Organic seedless watermelon. So the goal is to make you genetically modified. And this is why it is marketed to our community so much. So you have restaurants all in our community and liquor stores all in our community, because it's convenient, it's quick. I'm gonna pick it up and then I'm gonna take it to my children and my grandbabies who I'm supposed to be protecting. I don't love me enough to invest the time, to invest the time to not take care of me. That's my people's, absolutely. Yes, indeed. All day long.
Big up to Mr. G from, of course, the Travel Journey with Dr. Sabi book. They're having a big event November 26th with Casey.
Okay.
He's on here. Nutritional Child Book. That's dope. He's bringing that out. So big up to you. I've been advertising your fly out here, brother. And but you know, Dr. Bilquis, exactly what child abuse is not this. Child abuse is also them abusing themselves.
Oh, it's way past it, because see, those children learn how, we teach people how to treat us by the way they see us treat ourselves. Our children learn how to treat themselves by the way we treat them. So see, it's so much more. People think of abuse as somebody, you just beating a child, knocking them in the floor. But see, ignoring a child, that's neglect. That's abuse. And just throwing food at them just to get them to shut their mouth. Whatever. Here, order a pizza. What? Let me give you some flour and then some cheese and some sugar and what? But then we don't understand why our daughters are 12 years old, can't go to school because they bent over from having cramps. Because I just wanted to shut your mouth. I didn't ever want to have you anyway. I feel stuck with you because the relationship didn't work out. And when the relationship didn't work out, you were a byproduct of that relationship. So let me just get you some food. You know what I'm saying? Because, I didn't plan to be a single father. I didn't plan to be a single mother. So I'm here now. And so we have a lot of resentment built up from the brothers and from the sisters. And when you have resentment, when it's not dealt with, turns into a spirit of bitterness. And a spirit of bitterness turns into a root of bitterness. When you are bitter, your words come across bitter, and what you eat, you don't care. You just put whatever in your body. And so we have to teach our children how to desire higher vibrating foods. Every time we let them have snacks, chips, all of those processed food, no processed food is good at all at any time, period. That's it. And so what it does is it builds a coating on your tongue. And so you no longer desire natural foods. You desire that toxic display because it's not even a food.
But no, hold on 1 second, because there's a lot of our people that are getting into STEM, and big up to Dr. Oyama up in the building.
I
What's up,
saw
beautiful?
her.
Yeah, she in the
Yes,
building.
yes.
Now, what do you think about our family getting into science? Because that's very important. And how can they better the food that's coming out here through science?
Absolutely. The issue is that if they're growing all these scientific foods, we have to understand the agenda. You have to follow the money.
Okay.
So if I'm looking at all of this science, this new science, what's the agenda? Because I already know that you want to genetically modify me. You want to actually duplicate me. So if you can get rid of me, or you can make such a perverted version of me. So if you make me want to be a woman king, and so I'm walking around with so much masculine energy that I completely turn off a grown, bow-legged, strong man. He don't want to, because see, a real man is not attracted to another man. Excuse me, a real straight man, a real straight man is not, and this is food. Right. A real straight man is not attracted to another straight man. So if my energy is coming across strong and masculine, then I can't attract what I need to me so that we can come together and reproduce. So all of these are different sets of agenda. I want to genetically modify you. I actually want to genetically annihilate you so that you are no longer able to reproduce. I don't want to see strong Asiatic families. So if I can pervert you by the food and by what's going into each one of your wombs, if I can keep perversion in your wombs, then I get to make you a genetically modified organism.
No. Hold on 1 second. Hold on. Let's take it a little bit step back, because I said our people are getting into science. Yes. If there are a cluster of Europeans or whatever doing this against us, how can the scientific black men and women, or original man and woman, or carbonated man and woman, combat those scientific people that's trying to genetically modify our food through science? How can they battle them? That's what I'm
battle them. That's what by taking in organic foods, by making now I am starting
in the science field. What do you think? How do you feel about that? Can those scientists in that field battle those people that's trying to genetically modify us through food?
Okay, so you're talking about the scientists themselves.
Yes. How can they fight that, since they know and understand?
You're being paid by the people who are being paid to genetically modify us.
Oh, so they can't fight it, you think?
If they paying your paycheck,
if they form their own little scientific community to do what they're supposed to do,
they're not going to. And the reason that they're not going to, because look at the pattern. Okay. See, I'm a patterns person. You can talk me to death. What's your pattern look like? You've got to ask, if you're used to making $135,000 a year working for these companies, and now you're going to go and start your own. Are you really willing to build that up? So you might have to drop down to maybe 35,000. Okay. Are you willing to give that check up? And are there enough of you that would be willing to do that, to come together as scientists? And then when you do, are you really getting ready to go against them because you have worked hard for your science degree? You're not going to be able to go back and work for nobody. So that's the reason I'm saying it's too much at risk. It's just like, I have the majority of my clients. I have doctors, I have lawyers, I have judges. I do a lot of the psychiatrists for the Army, because I do counseling and and deep levels of trauma counseling. And that's what we need, right? And I deal with professionals who are not accountable. See, it's scary when you have a judge that's not accountable, a nurse that's not accountable. So when you've invested that much money in your education and then you decide you're going to go against the system, it sounds good on paper.
Right.
But then once you do, you are now making it so that you can't never enter back into the field that you came from. Are you willing? Are you that committed to it to then take that cut?
Like Jennifer Daniels and Tyrone Hayes, they're going
Absolutely.
through that too. They're going through some heavy battles. I mean, I think she had to leave the country.
Absolutely.
Jennifer Daniels,
Absolutely.
but Tyrone Hayes was the one that found out that they was putting food to convert people into a more feminine and all that. So big up to Tyrone and big up to Jennifer Daniels. I study her.
And see, I'm in Atlanta, so I see what's happening to our brothers. I see what's happening to our sisters. And the more we're eating genetically modified food, it is genetically modifying us. And so a lot of people that are showing up as homosexuals and lesbians are not actually. That's unprocessed trauma combined with the food. Right. So when I don't process trauma, and especially if trauma was inflicted on me by a male, it can make me be to a point that I don't never want nothing to do with a man again. And I have seen that, and I counsel those people. I mean, it's not like, there are people that are born in those dispositions, and that's a completely different subject. But many people, because of the trauma they experience after they've come out of the womb, make those decisions.
But what about when they're in the womb?
Well, yeah, now a lot of times when they're in the womb, because see, this is the thing, and I'm going to upset some people.
I'm right here for it. Let's get that around the block. I'm here for it.
See, this is the thing. A lot of brothers say, and this is because they've been programmed to say it, that their greatest fantasy is to have two women. Ooh, can I have two women for my birthday? Can I have it for my birthday, please?
Yeah, I've been down that road.
Okay.
Yes, I have. Sorry. Hey, look, I've had a life. You know what you want me to do? I've been in the club life. What do you think?
Okay, so, but what the issue is,
I'll pull back.
Is that you don't know which one of those women or both if they're lesbian. Okay, so you really think you the man? You're running over here and running over there and running and running and running. Look at me. I'm the king. Okay, king. So you don't realize that you're dealing with a woman who's carrying a spirit of lesbianism.
Yeah.
So when you enter into her, because you transfer spirits every time, everybody you've ever had sex with, you transfer spirits with. That's why sex was for marriage, because you've made a full covenant. By the time people had sex, they had met the family to see if the family was crazy. We done took all the disease tests. So you're not infesting and infecting my womb. I know what you got. You know what I got. I know whether or not you actually got money. So if you want to run up in me raw, that's great. But I know that you can afford the children. I know all of your traumas. So when the two of us become one sexually, I am able to say, yes, I take on all of his traumas. I take on all of his debt. I take on all of his spiritual debt, his emotional debt. I become one with that. We don't do that. We so busy trying to give a brother just a little some, because if I give him some, then he'll stay. It never works. And we then give somebody access to our soul. We give them access to our soul. And so then they go on about their business because you got what you wanted. And now it's like, oh, okay, I want to try something else that's more of a struggle.
And a lot of us as men don't realize it goes both ways. We're giving what they have access to our soul.
Right. And so what happens is you'll end up getting in a relationship with a sister that you really, really like. And you don't realize that that previous woman's genetic material is still in your mattress. So if she knows what she's doing, she's still able to project every time you go over there. Listen, brothers don't realize.
I was about to write a play called "If My Bed Sheets Could Talk." Yeah, I mean, it was going to be a real sensitive topic. It would have been tearjerker because I know what that can be like. I'm just saying. But if I like the mattress, if my mattress could talk, because that mattress don't go nowhere. The bed sheet gets washed, but the mattress. So I'm thinking about that's going to be interesting.
You remember what was her name? Juanita Bynum. She had no more sheets. And see, that goes back into it. Yeah. We don't understand it. See, I teach, there's this whole freedom thing. Just have sex with whoever you want. Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. You need to change your mattress between partners. And see, I ain't got that kind of money, but you laying on your back though. You just laying down, running a house of it. And where it's a problem is that the foods that we eat keep lowering our vibration. And then it feels like it's okay to do that. Oh yeah, he ran up in me and we was together. And see, when you have children, that's when it's egregious. Nobody takes into consideration what it does to a young man when he is in the house hearing his mama's boyfriend banging her out. The trauma that causes. And then I'm supposed to respect you, mama. And so it was Mr. Charlie this time last year. And 2 years ago, it was Mr. Bill. And so I'm just supposed to be kind and respectful and say, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am, yes, ma'am. And this is what I'm watching. And then I'm supposed to have a healthy mentality toward women. I hate that I hear you in there calling out that man's name.
And sound like she's screaming and hurt for pain. Yes, because you'll say a son will say, "What you doing to my mama? What you doing to my mama? What you doing trying to get in?"
Yeah, and we don't think about that. And then our daughters, our daughters, you better not bring no boys in here. Okay, mama. Every time I turn around, I got a new dude up in here. He's walking around the house in his boxer shorts. He's so comfortable. But I can't bring a dude in. You got to teach me by example because ain't nobody trying to marry you. Everybody's just banging you out, mama. Why? Because you feel free to? That's the food that we're eating that keeps us low vibrating, that makes us not honor and love ourselves. So if you are a mother, because see, you never want to call yourself, it's a curse to call yourself a single mother. Your relationship status has nothing to do with your parenting status. Those are two separate things. So when you call yourself a single mother, you keep bringing that energy to you. When you say, well, if the father is not involved, I'm currently raising my children alone. That's a completely different energy. And when you say, and I look forward to the masculine energy coming to help to cover me. Because we get this mentality, I can do it by myself. You can, but you can do it better with help. You can do it better with help. And so you can ask the Most High, whoever you call your divine consulate, to first fix you so that you will be able to receive a grown, real man. Because a grown, real man is not going to put up with this craziness of you trying to talk to him any old kind of way. And that's when you're used to dealing with beta males. Yes, honey. Yes, honey. Whatever you say, it's okay. Yeah, a grown man's not going to do that. And so what we need to attract if we're raising our children by ourselves is a man who can stand flat-footed and say no. And that can then be able to run a household and be able to afford me and these children. I have to put myself in a position where I would be able to then deal with that type of energy and not try to run over him. And the foods that we're eating are making us overly aggressive. So if we're eating meat or we're eating soy, Let's start with the meat. The big issue with meat, besides the fact that there are no alkaline meats. So all meat, all fish, all of that is acidic. Let's start there.
Right.
But if it had blood in it, then it died with shock toxins. Right. You cannot cook shock toxins out of meat, out of fish, out of shrimp. So once you eat it, you're taking that toxin into you. And it keeps you constantly. So we wonder why we have such high anxiety. It's because we keep eating meat that is full of shock toxins, which takes your anxiety through the roof. Yes,
well, doctor, let me ask you a question, because I remember not just from Dr. Africa, but from Brother Abdul Hakim, the author of Herbs, that book, Ross, Sundown, the guy from Sundown, and Sister Mama Tayomi, Empress Queen Yendez. When you go to plants, plants also go through shock too when you pull them out. You got to caress them.
They do,
and go,
but because
what's the difference between their shock?
And they don't have blood. See, that's the difference. Because they have chlorophyll and they don't have blood, you're not taking shock toxins into your body. So it's not that they don't feel it.
Right.
We don't live off of chlorophyll. We live by blood. The life of the flesh is in the blood. Life of the flesh is not in the chlorophyll. If you got chlorophyll in your body, you a bad somebody. If that's what's flowing through you, right? So now, and then, as you continue to raise your vibration, because I'm getting ready to go on another extended fast, very excited. And it was because we went through, I love it. I just love it, Right. And so in the beauty of that, it allows you to raise your vibration. If you go through something medically, some people have, gone into the hospital because they had COVID or were diagnosed with it. A lot of times it was nothing but pneumonia or whatever, but they were given steroids. It blows you up. And so if you need to get that stuff out of your body, then by doing fast, doing those types of vegetables, all of that, you can pull that mess out of your body, because those steroids stay in for at least 6 months. So that lowers your vibration. When we allow people to practice on us medically, it lowers our vibration, because a lot of times all it does is it postpones the inevitable. And if you don't get to the root of why certain diseases are showing up in your body, all it's going to do is keep showing up and keep getting louder until you ask your divine, hey, what you need? Because this is here. It has a message. No disease comes to kill you. The disease comes to bring you a message. Once you get the message, it's just like the FedEx man. Once the FedEx man can get you to sign, then he goes on to the next person. He doesn't have a vested interest in staying. So all of your diseases, they have just come to get a message. If you get to the root, then you kill all of the fruit. That's it. And that's a large part of what I do in my naturopathic practice, is help people to get to the root of the issue. Okay, so you've got stage 4 cancer. Cool. Let's talk about it. Why has this cancer come to visit you? Because we'll go through radiation and then, I'm good. Ring the bell. 3 to 7 months later, it's come back. It's metastasized. It's in another part of your body. It's inoperable. Why? Because we tried to kill the messenger instead of getting the answer as to why it's there.
Right. Well, before we move on, we got Dr. Bilquis in the building. Woo! Somebody, I want to make sure we get some of these questions, because you got a lot. You do consultations. Hold on, before I go to that question there, I want to make sure everybody got your website. Boom, there it goes, www.healatlanta.com, and the number is 508, which is also a website. That's 508 Soup Now. That's 508 Soup Now, and don't forget, She got Cash App. She got PayPal. Spread that love. That's Readings for Life. $ Reading for Life. Cash App. PayPal is healatlanta.com. Healatlanta@gmail.com. And don't forget, you can contact her via email at healatlanta@gmail also. And she got another number, 309 Heal Now. Make sure you contact her because I don't want to keep her. She's a busy lady. She's always cooking. Always cooking. We're going over there for a whole
leave
food
you and
tasting.
finish cooking. Absolutely, yes.
We got a whole food tasting we doing Wednesday with her. I wish
yes.
I could invite more people, but
you can.
I don't want to.
You don't want to share. Okay.
I don't want to put too many people in your household. You know what I'm saying? I'm
That's
being protective because I know. I'm showing love, spread love. I got to spread love. But somebody just text Nova G says, so beside fruits and vegetables, what else can you eat? I'm on the path to a certain point. Go ahead.
So besides fruits and vegetables, you got seeds, you got nuts, you got juicing, coconut water. Coconut water is so essential. And what you'll find is that, sometimes we want ice cream and pops and all of that. You can make popsicles out of coconut water, not the coconut water you buy. When you turn it over and it's got sugar added, that's trash. That's trash and it's pasteurized. So you want it either out of the fresh coconut. If you're in the Atlanta area, you can go to DeKalb Farmers Market. They have unsweetened. You want unsweetened coconut water. If you have a Kroger's in your area, Kroger's is banging. It is excellent and it is unsweetened. And so you take that, put it in your ice trays. It gives you something to chew on. You can make ice pops out of it, all of that. When you start putting coconut water in your body, you're not going to have cravings for half of the food that you crave because it pulls that coating off of your tongue. So you said in addition to fruits and vegetables, start with the coconut family. If you get the fresh Thai coconuts, cut it open, start eating the meat out of it and drinking the coconut juice yourself. Have that desire for all this food, because most of the time it's nothing more than an oral fixation. And so a person that has an oral fixation actually derives pleasure through their mouth. So I always got to be popping something in my mouth. Make a substitution. So start with some tea. Start sipping tea. Start sipping coconut water. Because what is my body actually craving? And why? Everything that we crave, are we craving sugar? Are we craving starch? What are we craving? Mm-hmm. And when we start to realize, oh, I'm still upset. I didn't process something that just happened. I got some disturbing news and I'm eating every time that I'm upset. Or I got some good news and I'm used to eating. I have a destructive relationship with food. We are in a toxic relationship. Mm-hmm. So immediate fasting, right. Everybody's not in a place where he's intermittent is what he meant. Intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting, I definitely agree with without a question. You've got to build yourself up to getting to the place where you can do that. That's why beginning January 2nd, we are doing a 7-week chakra cleanse. And so we're going to walk you through how to juice and eat raw foods. Those 7 weeks based on cleaning each of the chakras. We're going to get up early. We're going to do meditations together. I mean, it's going to be off the charts. And no, it's not free.
And you're doing it online, right? You're doing it online also?
Yes. Oh, yeah. We're not having no people.
Not like you used to. Okay, you're not doing all that. She studied under the great Dr. Iris Latham. Big up to Dr. Iris Latham. My brother, I had him on here a couple months ago. Big up to him, of course. My brother. And of course, and people.
He up here. He up here somewhere.
I know one of those certificates are up there. Now, if you ain't got no more questions, family, we're gonna get ready to go because I don't want to keep my sister got to cook. She got to cook. Now, overall, let's end this with the solutions. Give some basic solutions.
Absolutely. So definitely reaching out to me. We can, because it's not the same. It's not one shot fits all. One size fits all. When we get to what you're eating, we got to get to why you're eating it. Definitely reach out to me, because what we have to find out, Dove Fly Kim, is why you're having the seizures. Exactly. Because the seizures actually have a spiritual root. They definitely communicate a message to you, but depending upon what's causing them, you can get a better understanding of why you're having them and what the situation actually is. So, there are probably about 7 different reasons that seizures actually come, but they have very, very deep meanings. And once you get them, then they don't need to stay. So the solution is reaching out to myself, reaching out to a naturopathic doctor, a naturopathic practitioner, so that they are able to assist you. Once you get to the root, then they can then put you on a pathway to healing. The beautiful thing is, when you're dealing with naturopaths, our goal is not to keep you attached to us for life. Like, my goal is to have you in and out within a year, at the most 24 to 36 months if you got a bunch of unprocessed trauma. But that's max. I'm not trying to keep you. I need you to get well so you can become fully functional. But wellness is in a lot of different areas, because we've got to be willing to unplug much of the programming and not continue. It was interesting. Was it Dr. Sabi? Yeah, Dr. Sabi actually said, how are you going to improve your food but still have toxic penis running in you? And he used the actual word, and I was like, whoa, it's true. So you are defeating the purpose if you're eating high vibrating food but sleeping with somebody that's not dedicated to your highest and best good. So when we actually do healing, people have to really be willing to heal. And willing to heal means those things that don't benefit me. That's the reason that I do the deep readings that I do. If you need a reading, definitely reach out. And we go in on them readings. The readings are not a game. I'm so grateful for all the numeration readings that I've gotten from King Simon, because that's one of the reasons I'm not married, because I'll go
Lord have mercy, do not blame me at all. Somebody just text me something like that. Like, wait a minute, she ain't even married. I was like, really? And exactly, I'm to blame, because I've been breaking down the numbers.
It's all Simon's fault, right? It's all Simon's fault continuously. Because everybody that I bring to Simon's like, nope. The numbers said nope, so I'll be 120. And me and Simon will be hanging out, because
you know what it is? No, Doc, the Empress Doc. Let me tell you, the reason that is because you got people that come as challenges, but if you're not willing, if that person ain't willing to overcome their challenges, and you ain't willing to overcome your challenge, then it won't work. That's how I just show it as plain and simple.
You're right.
Because sometimes brothers come, and that's why I stopped doing compatibility sessions. Lord, I give it to Lord and everybody, because people, men, mostly the men is not serious. So I leave it alone.
Right.
Or you ain't gonna blame me for you.
And then a lot of the ladies don't want to hear it. My relationship readings are deep. And so I'll tell them, like, baby, you sure? Before you send your look change. Are you sure? Because I'm gonna tell you what I see. And my readings ain't no 5-minute readings either. We about to go in. Because we're sitting up dating, especially when we have children. And you're sitting up dating a joker that you don't know. Have you asked him about his criminal record? Do you know if he's a pedophile? See, just because he ain't never been to jail for it, and you bringing him around your children, your little girl and your little boy, because you just so desperate to have a man? No, what you need to do is be desperate to get a reading. When a joker approach you, don't give him your number. Say, bro, give me your number. And then give me a call, give Simon a call. And we will do a reading. And we will tell you, so you don't, do you know how much time we done wasted on people that we wasn't never going to be with because we didn't get a reading? Get your shiny hips a reading so you can stop wasting time. Half the children we got, we didn't even want. It just came with a relationship. That was it. Wasn't trying to have nobody, baby. It's like, oh, and I'm stuck with you. I got an 18-year sentence from this relationship.
Oh, Lord, mercy. Lord have mercy. Hey, look. If y'all want to contact my sister, I ain't gonna keep her on. Let's give her not because just to clarify something, Dr. Bilquis, I don't do readings anymore. I do consultation and advising because
consultations and advice.
Because that reading that is gone to the streets like we're a bunch of people politics.
Absolutely.
And when you dealt with kings and presidents, when those are their advisors.
Absolutely.
So keep that. Let's get the prestige
I am a
of it.
spiritual advisor, and if you come over here, you're gonna get advised.
Get your business.
If you ain't really trying to get advised, keep your happy hips at home. Don't call them.
You see them certificates back there? She got 50 and a lot more she has not put up there. She done did a doctorate.
I'm also an oracle. I'm the real deal. So if you come, I'm gonna give you the truth. And if you don't want the truth, please keep your happy hips and your coins at home.
And maybe you're not supposed to be married. That's what it is. In this lifetime, maybe you're not supposed to be.
And you know what? I mean, I'm doing so much work with helping the community heal. I'm good. If somebody comes along that can keep my attention, then that'll be great.
They gotta be a juggler and
I get bored. I'm like, oh, bro, you have nothing. You've been listening to Phil Valentine videos trying to teach me. That's my Bible. What are you doing? That's my Bible. You trying to teach me?
I just had Dr. Phil on. Big up to Dr. Phil.
I know. But that's what I end up getting is brothers that sit up and listen and they want to drop a deep nugget from Bobby Hemmett. I cut my teeth on Bobby Hemmett. I can tell you what video you quote.
You stop it. Exactly.
Or either the polygamist, because it's polynygamy season right now. And so whenever it's getting ready to get cold. So then I got everybody wife. Hey, I think you'd be a great addition to our family. I bet you do. Because that's another check coming up in the house. I bet you do think I would be amazing for your family. I don't want your little raggedy husband. You ain't happy.
This is Empress, Dr. Bilquis, ill. And ill is not ill. It's ill representing the title. So I just want y'all to be clear. Do not do that.
That's right.
So, Doc, I want to thank you very much for coming on. It's got to get the art focus related, not so much pseudo intellectual connection. Somebody said just got to get those heart focused relationships and not so much pseudo intellectual connection. I totally get it. Yes. You got to leave some of them guys that's just saying whatever they got to say to get you.
Right, because and it's beautiful that brothers can pontificate, right? But you want to find somebody 20 to go impress with your pontification. If we can't make money together, we can't do nothing.
Man,
and that's for real, no cap. We got to be able to make money together. Because we ain't got nothing else to talk about if we can't make no money together.
Can't stand nobody who ain't got no ambitions to make some money. Big up to my brother Tahaka Bay in the room. What up, Tahaka?
Look at that.
What up, Tahaka?
Islam. Look at that.
Oh, big up to Tahaka. All right, Tahaka, you know what we do. This has been Preventing Food by Suicide. And if you want more information, please contact her via web. She is top notch at what she does. Believe me, when it comes to this food science, not food pseudo, food science. She does what she does, and I'm going to be going to a tasting test with her, a tasting celebration with her this Wednesday. We're going to be there because she is going to be providing the food for this great event, my first major event in Atlanta, Georgia, in Stone Mountain, Georgia. All right, with the ancestors, we're going to do an ancestral libation first, me in high heels. And then Red Pill is going to open up. Then we're going to get ready for the Baba. We're going to take a break, make sure people want to get their food and sit down before we go to Baba. And we're going to rip it in with Baba Ashra Kwesi, my family. 5380 Studios, melanated, owned, and operated by Jerome and Lisa. Big up to them. And it's all melanated, family. Cash doors 40. You get your $35 in advance right now through PayPal, Cash App, or Eventbrite. And this sister, like I said, I called her because I wanted her to come right back out and start doing this again. And while I'm out here, because I love her immensely. I've known her from
Indeed.
back when I met her through Queen of Four and the whole camp
That's
back in
right.
those days, almost 10 years now, right?
10 years,
Almost
yes.
10
10
years now.
years.
So, and I know her values when it comes to this food science and what she has
Thanks.
taken upon herself to get all them certificates behind it. You got 5 doctorate degrees now. My gosh. And I remember when you just had one, then you
Right.
started doing what? You did, I think, 3 of them at one time. You did an online and then you, girl, and I remember telling Queen that you did, and she was so happy. And you told
She's
me to
always
hand
been very supportive. I'm grateful
yeah,
for her.
yeah.
I really am.
You sent me something to hand to her, and I handed
Indeed.
it to her, showed her some love, and but
Absolutely.
it just goes to show you that we are all growing, we are all healing,
Yes.
and like I tell
Yes.
people that come out of her camp, I said, look, y'all supposed to do this on your own level. You're not
Right.
supposed to stay
Yes.
under her. You got to grow
Absolutely.
and do. And that's what I'm happy
Absolutely.
about. What Dr. Africa told people to go and do.
Yes.
Sabi
Yes.
told them to go and do.
That's
All the
right.
great medical doctors and allopathic doctors tell you to go do
Yes.
this work.
Yes.
And I'm proud of your sister. Keep on doing what you're doing. And thank you very much for coming on. We went over, but it's all good. I wanted to get this information out from any means necessary.
We'll probably do a part 2 to this one because it's a lot more to this thing.
Well, we're gonna do a live at your spot Wednesday. We're gonna do a good. Let's do a quick live. Let's just show people want to see me eat, because when I love to eat. You know me. I'm like, wait a goddamn minute. She got a food in my mouth here. Whoa, Lordy, Miss Cloudy.
I love it.
A respect to you, sister. Thank you very much for coming on.
Too. Thank you for all you do for the community. We appreciate
we working. I ain't stop. I'm still in New York. I'm still here. I'm in Florida, about to do something in Florida also. So it is what it is. So love you, and we'll talk. All right, beautiful. All
okay,
right.
love you too.
Give her a round of applause. The one, the only Dr. Bilquis, Empress. Yes, that's right. Gotta give her that. Gotta show her that love. Please spread love. Big up to Nat Turner and the whole crew that's on Facebook. Big up to all those that came on, man. Big up to my man, Tahaka, Dr. Oya Ma'at, who came on. Want to big up all of them that came on. Oh, man. Thank you. The messenger. Thank y'all. Benita, big up to my peoples, man. It came on. Mr. G came on, man. Big up to Mr. G. Melanin, thank you for coming on. Nova, thank you for the questioning. Oh, my goodness. Melanin on Cole, thank you. Tashia, thank you, man. Thank y'all very much for coming in, man. Thank y'all very much. Y'all know how much. No, thank you, brother. You don't know how much that means to me, brother. Alvarado. Me and him. Let me tell y'all something. Me and Mr. G, we went to Martin Luther King Junior High School together. He was playing basketball, and I was smoking weed, getting kicked out of the damn school. That's a goddamn shit. So big up to him. Yeah, I was bored with school. You know how we get down, son. Dougie Fresh went to our school back in the day, and I think one of the Spanish group, Fearless 4, I think one of them came to our school. We were back in those days also. But Martin Luther King High School right there in Manhattan, man, not too far from Brandeis and not too far from the art school that they was building at the time. Thank you, Mr. G. Don't forget, Mr. G and KT is doing this. So to go to the website. They got early bird tickets right now. I'll be there. Sing it, honey. And they got special guests coming through. The one, the only Victor Bowman. So KT and Mr. G is putting that together. Don't forget, family. Don't forget, my event is coming up. Don't forget, family. Baba Ashra Kwesi gonna tear the mother flipping house down. And let me tell y'all something. Baba Ashra Kwesi got some new pictures from Saqqara. Oh yeah, from Saqqara Temple. The step pyramid has just been reopened. The step pyramid has just been reopened. I'm telling you, family. And Baba Ashra Kwesi, after he does his presentation on ancient African history, the origin of Masonry and Masonic order, a lot of people said he should do the Christian thing out here in the Bible Belt, but a lot of the Christian pastors are Masons, are studying this Masonic. But Baba Ashra Kwesi just wants you to know where it came from. He's not going to disrespect them and all that kind of stuff. He just wants to show you the root of their symbolism. That's all. That whole crest, that whole G and that compass is all from studying African history. So please come on out and get your tickets early. Make sure you go to the link tree. Go to the link tree and make sure you go to the link tree right now, right here, direct links to our events, buy the books, my websites, Linktree/King Simon the Numero Veda. That's Linktree/King Simon the Numero Veda. Baba Ashra Kwesi, one of the elders, one of the last of the Mohicans, gonna be there. And we are looking for more vendors, but no more food vendors, no more drink vendors. We do have enough food and drink vendors. Please, if you have regular stuff, t-shirts, jewelry, whatever you got, you'll be in the room with us and you'll be able to watch the lectures, and you're allowed one guest to help you out just in case you got to go to the bathroom and do what you got to do. We allow all vendors, and we'll provide the chairs. You can bring your tables. 6-foot tables only. Do not bring a whole thing. 6-foot tables only. We have the chairs for you if you want to sit down. If you want to bring your own chairs, that's up. Put it in your car. Keep it there. But text me at 347-496-1022. Oh yeah. Do you have about Anthony Browder excavation? Oh, of course I know about Anthony Browder. Big up to Anthony Browder and his whole excavation that he's been doing for a long time. It's over 10 years now. He's been doing that. So big up to him and the whole crew that's doing that. Just want to remind you, this coming Wednesday, we will be interviewing Baba Ashra Kwesi. That's right, we will be interviewing Baba Ashra Kwesi. That's gonna be beautiful. And you wanna be in the building. So if you're gonna be in the building this coming Wednesday, right here on King Simon Presents, Baba Ashra Kwesi will be with us right here on King Simon Presents live and direct. So you don't want to miss that. Also, this coming Sunday, we got the one, the only Vicky Dillard coming in. Also, next Sunday, Vicky Dillard is coming in. Oh yeah, we're going to speak about the healing journey continues. Yes, what she's going through, what she's been doing with the Black folks, what our original people has been going through, and what they need to heal from. Vicky Dillard is not only a spiritual guru, but she is an on-air person that is outspoken and hot. So big up to her all the time. And don't forget, my brother, the Sultan himself, Asir the Duke of Tears, is coming in on Sunday, October the 2nd. We're going to be speaking about the changing of the gods. We are the new elders. Yeah, big up to the Sultan himself, Ashra Kwesi. Brother Asir the Duke of Tears coming in. Oh, that's going to be fire, family. Big up to Nat Turner on Facebook. What's up, Nat? Nat Turner, my brother from Baba TV. Also, Dr. Alicia Watkins, Boyce Watkins' wife, is going to be here October the 6th. That's right, at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. She's a licensed clinical therapist, relationship therapist, certified couples coach, and author. I have a great book. That book has been helping me out. Also, it'll be hosted by myself and Majida Majay. That's right, Majida Majay is the new upcoming author doing her thing, and journalist and writer, activist. She's gonna be. Make sure you hit her up if you want any articles done, or you want to find out more information about her stuff. I just put up a big blog on my KingSimonProductions.wordpress.com. She wrote a nice blog about the movie, The Woman King. It was very good, very balanced, very objective, very good. So enough respect to her, and very healing from a woman's perspective. I like how it ended, and she still recognized the subliminals that's being put in the movie. So enough respect to her. Also, if you're in Brooklyn, New York, family, Zaza Ali will be at Nicholas, Brooklyn, one of my stomping grounds, 1396 Fulton Street in the restoration area. Go to ZazaAli.com to get tickets and for information. Hit her up at info@ZazaAli.com. Also, big up again, my brothers, doing the big things happening November 26th in Atlanta, Georgia. Stargate ceremony, tribute to my brother, the one, the only late great Dr. Sabi. Big up to my brother, Professor Griff. You are the song you sing. Make sure you get this new book, children's book. He'll be vending at our event too, so come and watch him at Vend. And if you want to be a vendor, please contact me. We are books. If you got books and all that, you're doing books, you can do a book signing right there at my place. You know what I'm saying? Also, if you want to be in Florida and if you just want to watch it online, we're going to be doing the one day you'll be able to watch online, but the 2 days you won't be able to watch online. Just one day you'll be able to watch online. But if you want to come down to Florida, I'm only accommodating 15 to 25 people in this private Cosmic 19 alignment workshop and enhancement of the workshop with Billy Carson, Ellison Nedra, King Simon, Dina Divine, and Joshua Sarah. All right. And don't forget, check out Dina Divine's teasandthings.com, teasandthings.com. And don't forget Lloyd Strayhorn, lloyd-strayhorn.com, lloyd-strayhorn.com. Make sure you get all his books, get his services, get his newsletter, all of that. If you want to take my introductory class, go to udemy.com. That's udemy.com, and you get all 4 of my books on Amazon, or go to King Simon. Let's go to King Simon, the Numerovator at Linktree. If you want to take a full course meal of my numerovation, holistic numerovational course, the bath method, please text me the word course to 347-496-1022, 347-496-1022, and you can get all my books via Linktree. That's / King Simon, the Numerovator, via Linktree. I do have 3 slots left in September. Please text me your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022. Remember, the study of numbers, numerology, is applied mathematics. Learn how to apply your numbers, and they will guide you. Not to be worshipped, not to be called upon and just go fanatical about them. Understand the guiding apparatus like a GPS. That's all the numbers are here to do, and guide you from my perspective. Everybody else can say whatever they want. But what I've seen and studied, it is not psychic. It's here to guide you and take you to where you got to go. All right? Content disclaimer. The views, comments, and opinions expressed by guest speakers or authors on this YouTube channel do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions held by this channel's broadcasters and its sponsors. Parental guidance is advised. Also, copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowances made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Family, get ready, get on out of here. Want to say this prayer, Dr. Blair prayer. Want to say this Dr. Blair prayer so we can get on out of here. Thank you, Dr. Blair, for offering and giving us some great work. Let me take that off, and let me make sure. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for coming on. Let me give y'all a round of applause. I'm going to give you a round of applause for coming in. I want to thank, of course, Empress, Dr. Bilquis, for coming on, showing us some love. And want to close out with this Dr. Delbert Blair prayer, because Blair has been a very extraordinary brother for many years. Big up to my brother from out of Baltimore, B-More, my brother Jabari. Brother Jabari, he got some great events coming up. He got my man, Mr. Dr. Whitaker coming in, and he got Wesley Muhammad coming in, and he got Ashwa Kwesi coming in also. So big up, we on cross promote, especially that Ashwa Kwesi event. Big up to him. I did post it on my story section, what he's doing with Dr. Whitaker and Wesley Muhammad. So that's going to be very interesting. And again, let's close out with these prayers. Those who want to go to Dr. Blair's website, this is his legacy website, his legacy shop. Has all the diodes, the magnets, everything that Dr. Blair promoted. His 4 books that's up there. I think it's 3 to 4 books. I have 3 of them. I didn't think I got the 3rd one, the 4th one. But www.themetaCenter2.com, www.themetaCenter2.com. Here's the prayer, family. Take a snapshot if you want. Dr. Blair asked us to say this prayer over and over and over again. It's a great prayer. It's a great meditation. If you want to, as a mantra, you can use that. Please, please, please. Again, family, make sure you check out Dr. Blair at all costs. People are talking about my Linktree. Let me see. Linktree. This is my Linktree. Let me give you my Linktree before I say the prayer. We're going to close out with the prayer. Here's the Linktree. Those who want my Linktree, put it up right now. Hold on 1 second. There it is. That's my Linktree. Linktree / King Simon, the Numerovator. That's Linktree / King Simon, the Numerovator. Put it up there one more time. Linktree / King Simon, the Numerovator, for all the events, to buy my books, to my websites, to make donations at CashApp, PayPal. It's on there. Linktree / King Simon, the Numerovator. All right, family, take a deep breath. Let's relax. Let's calm it down. We had a great time with Dr. Bilquis. Here we go. Please, Universal Creator, know in my heart that I love you. Please protect me and this planet on which I live now. Please open my mind, my spirit, and my soul to receive only truth and your love now. Say it one more time. Please, Universal Creator, know in our hearts that we love you. Please protect me or protect us and this planet on which we live now. Please open our minds, our spirits, and our souls to receive only truth and your love now. Thank you, Dr. Blair. I'm so glad we had this time together just to have a laugh and speak about health. And I'm so happy that all of you were able to join us. But it's time for us to say so long. Adara, you want to come out to the test? I can invite you. Come on, Adara. You're one of my peoples. You can come out. If you want to come out, you might have to pick me up and then we go to a house, but go to a temple. So Adara, if you want to come out, you can be my guest. And we could go eat some food and do that sampling. So I'll let her know that I'm bringing you out there. So, all right, we're going to have that. So Adara, I'm going to hit you up. Thank you very much, family. Always, always thank you very much. Remember, in the immortal words of Marcus Mosiah Garvey, one love, one aim, one destiny. Up, you mighty nation. You could accomplish what you will. And in the immortal words of my dear brother, Dr. Khalid Abdul Muhammad, regardless of land, label, or language, there is one creative force, one God. And that's the God of us having a human experience. Peace and love, family. Be safe, be strong. Thank you for watching. Thanks for watching. Your brother, King Simon. Again, I'll see you on Wednesday with Baba Ashra Kwesi right here on King Simon Presents. Peace.
Hey, this is King Simon. Remember, make sure you go to my website, KingSimonProductions.wordpress.com. That's KingSimonProductions.wordpress.com or Linktree at King Simon the Numeral Beta. Get all 4 of my books, and of course, that's the Numeral Beta for Mental Stability. Numbers are simple, people are complicated. Numbers are simple, children's health is important, and no promotion is bad promotion. Just spell my name right. Make sure you get them now on all my links. That's KingSimonProductions.wordpress.com. Go now. On Sunday, October 9th in Stone Mountain Village from 2 to 7 p.m. Papa Ashwa Kwesi and the Red Pillar will be in Stone Mountain. Get your tickets through Linktree / King Simon the Numero Beta or text now at 347-496-1022. Get your tickets now. It's the Numerovational Session with King Simon. Text your full name and date of birth to 347-496-1022. That's 347-496-1022 and get my books on Amazon now. Hey, remember, you can get my books also through Linktree.